we definitely need you to help us create some stuff for Rovies, just because there's so many of our community members are asking for
Yeah, I see him in the chat right now.
your
Oh,
hand.
Rovi, can you tell me a little bit more? I'm actually not familiar.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. So you're gonna like this, Roto. So a lot of time throughout the history of our podcast, we've been talking about the metaverse a lot, and we always talk about sustainability.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of unsustainable activities in the metaverse, and a lot of them end up happening, and then they end up disappearing just because it's just hard to sustain. So we're like, well, what would a sustainable ecosystem or creation look like in Decentraland? And so we came up with this thing called Rovi. So Rovi is a distributed play-to-earn BattleBot game. So the reason why we say distributed is because the functions of this game, like battling, upgrading, mining, grinding, whatever function that ends with an ing that's part of the game, these are functions that are metas that are completely distributed to the community.
Wow.
And so now the community is hosting different pieces of those functions, and to play the game, you have to visit the different lands that is hosting the game. And so what does that do? So what happens is now with MetaZone, we're able to deploy these different functions to several pieces of land to which that we don't own, right? The community owns that land. And what you gain as a creator is you have a completely engaged community. They have skin in the game. They want the whole project to survive because they have your NFTs deployed. These NFTs happen to be small businesses as NFTs. And now they're part of the entire development process because through them, we're making updates, we're changing some stuff about the game, and they're providing feedback. And then they're encouraging more players to get involved and start playing the Rovi game on their land. And then now you have like this distributed ecosystem where everyone is a participant, everyone has skin in the game,
everyone's properly aligned too,
and everyone's
just
properly
to
aligned.
Support the health and the growth of the ecosystem. So yeah, we think this is
going to be a part of that somehow. I love it.
Well, every Thursday we have a Rovi call, dude. You're more than welcome to come.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to tune in to see a little bit more about it. I'd love to do anything you guys need for it because, I mean, I've always pictured, obviously I build kimonos and samurai swords and stuff. I mean, I've always tried to look for an avenue to, be able to fight or battle and I'm just not a coder.
Yeah, one thing we're gonna do to enable your creativity is there's a meta called the Fabricator, which is where people can use the assets they've accrued through gameplay to generate accessories for their Rovies, and they're also linked wearables, so you're actually gonna be able to wear them on your avatar as well. So you can create anything, some kind of accessory. I can't think at the moment, maybe like a samurai sword somewhere
sure.
on the Rovi itself.
Yeah, imagine a little robot, right? And so, by the way, Hiroto, one little detail is that these robots are completely unique in Decentraland. So Iman's robot is completely different than mine and everybody else's. And so think of the PFP project we experienced, or the PFP mania we experienced in 2D. We brought that into 3D, and all the Rovies are completely 3D and unique. And so we're taking advantage of like the community building aspects of PFP projects, but we're making them functional, deployable, distributed in the metaverse.
And the real serving is to become your metaverse companion, right? Which we think is going to be a huge in-demand sector at some point. Like, I mean, the metaverse, your avatar, your existence, your identity is probably going to be a forever thing. So I think your next most innate desire in that equation is going to be who's going to accompany you along that lifelong journey.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So we came up with robots, and so Hiroto, I haven't even told you the best part about this. Is that, remember how I mentioned earlier that we become creators of our own platform? Well, the reason we do that is so that we can build tools so that creators leverage those tools and create similar things. So the idea here is that you can come up with your own PFP project in 3D that's deployable in Decentraland. And so since you have like 2D skills, or 2D and 3D skills, you can apply that and create a PFP project of your own image. It doesn't have to be robots. It could be anything else.
I would love to see little Hirotokai.
Yeah, little creatures.
Yeah, I'm sure you can think of something, dude.
Yeah,
something with that stays in that Japanese culture thing. You know those little cats, those gold cats. That might be Chinese culture. Yeah, actually.
Komodos. I mean, you can do like different iterations of dragons.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Yeah, I'd love to talk more about that, and
for sure.
definitely get involved with that. That'd be amazing.